cascading style sheets, some things that can be done and some things to avoid. Greetings, fellow humans. This is the third video in a series on the bits of HTML everybody should know. The first was an orientation. The second covered the HTML tags you should know. This one is another orientation explaining how websites are styled and why that's important to a website writer. I'll cover cascading style sheets, some things that can be done and some things to avoid. Woohoo! So let's get to it. First, understand this important concept. In web development, we separate style from content. And here's what I mean. Here's the HTML for a page. We've seen this in the previous videos. We have the heading tags, the paragraph tags, right? Right. Now here's another file that's downloaded with a website. It's also code called Cascading Style Sheets, or CSS. It's a separate file, most of the time. As a reminder, we don't have to know the details of this code. That is, you don't have to know the details. Woohoo! We're going to do a quick look just to give you a sense of what happens in the system. You can see the H1, H2 tags in it. This is where the font and color is set for the headlines. This section applies to all of the headlines. Below that are sections for the size of each headline. Another section for paragraphs. I'm showing headings and paragraphs in the CSS, but this CSS applies to all of the design. Image styles, background colors, spacing between sections. Virtually all of the design can be styled in this separate cascading style sheet. And here's what it looks like when it comes together for the public view. The headlines are blue. The first level headline is big. The second level headline is a little smaller, right? Right. So let's see this again all together. HTML and content are in one file. The styles are in another file. They are combined by the visitor's phone or computer to show the content with a particular design. And we get some important advantages from this. Faster sites and easier site-wide updates. See, the HTML, the content, is different on every page, so new HTML is downloaded for every page. But the styles are the same for every page, so the style sheet can be downloaded once for your entire site, like when somebody visits the home page. From then on, other pages are a little faster because styles are not downloaded again. Another important advantage is that one change to the style sheet changes the styles throughout the entire site. You don't have to update individual elements on every page. This separation is a best practice. It's true. All systems do it. They don't all give you the ability to edit all the details, but they all manage styles like this in one way or another. Now here's another important concept, local styles. You can usually override the site-wide styles by changing the style for individual elements like bits of text, images, and blocks. Most systems do this to one degree or another, so let's take a look in an editor. So in WordPress, I click on In the Block. It's an H2 block here. This is an example. I'm going to change the color of this local styles headline. They give you the option, WordPress does, to change the text color by just clicking. And there, now it's styled locally. Here's the example in Wix. They also have a way to change styles locally. Come in here to edit the text. The link here will change the color of the text I have highlighted. Again, that is now styling that locally. What should we remember? Now remember, in the future, when you want to update local styles, you have to find each one on your site to make the changes. Also, there are other ways to manage a local style that is used multiple times. So if that's what you find yourself doing, many systems have another option for managing styles, but it requires more advanced expertise, custom CSS. To use this, you need to know how the HTML and CSS work together. That is, you need to know the code. So for now, just understand that it's often available and you can ask your web developer about it. Here's an example of custom CSS in WordPress. This style, PSM button, applies to these buttons here. So you can even tell if I change the name of this style, it no longer applies to this button. But if I change the name back to the correct name so that it does apply, it makes it look like a button. Again, custom CSS is advanced. Ask your developer if you think that will help you on your site. Now finally, one more thing, something to avoid. Oh no! Fonts and animations. They can look cool and they can slow your site down too much. I've been called in to fix sites that have a page builder theme. This page builder theme makes it easy for non-experts to change fonts for different parts of the page. And it's tempting to make things look cool and slick with different fonts and animations, but they can bog down the site. The best advice I can give for non-experts, avoid these. Ask your developer about what you want to do and the best way to implement it. And anytime you want to play with fonts and animations, check your page on Google's page speed test before and after. Make sure you're not slowing down your site too much. And in general, limit the number of fonts and animations. So for a quick review, HTML, the content, and design, cascading style sheets, are separated in web development. That's a very good way to manage the design of your site. Local styles are an option, but don't edit every bit of the site locally. Try to use site-wide styles or custom CSS. And avoid animations and changing fonts. If anything, ask a pro about implementing extra fonts and animations the right way on your system. And that's it for your orientation on how website styles work. Thanks for watching. Hey, one more important detail that I forgot. Well, while I have you, please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Okay.
Was that a good take?
Yep.